What's up, guys? So in the last video you saw us get the dog box assembled for Roman's car, and we got the transmission stabbed, and then we left the video off there. But since then Roman came back and got the car all put back together. Axles are in, tires are on, transmission has fluid, and everything is ready to go. And not too long ago we had it on the lift and we did run it through the gears. We started it up and just made sure that everything was working right, and the transmission is shifting great. All the gears went in, no problem. It has 1 through 4 in reverse, everything is working. But we did run into a little bit of an issue with the car, so something is up with his clutch right now, and we've been spending a lot of time trying to figure this out. So the issue right now is if you put it into like first or whatever gear and you push the clutch all the way in and the e-brake's not on, nothing's holding the car back, and you go to crank it or start the car with the clutch pedal fully pressed in, the car still wants to creep forward just ever so slightly. So because of that, while the car is running, it's hard to get it into gear because the dogs are kind of grinding, and then you kind of have to force it into gear because the clutch isn't fully disengaging. And we've already tried a new slave cylinder, we swapped masters, we've tried adjusting the pedal, we completely bled the system for any air bubbles, just to double check, make sure that's not an issue. And right now we're thinking it could be possibly a bent shift or a throwout bearing fork right here, because he did use the one from the other transmission, he didn't use his own. So that's just a possibility that something might be up with that, or it's because we had to pry so hard on this transmission to get it off that maybe we just ever so slightly tweaked some of the clutch discs. And even with the fins all the way pressed in, if a clutch disc isn't perfectly straight, maybe it's like riding on the disc inside of there and it's just not fully disengaging, you know, something like that. Other than that, the car is ready to go. He could probably technically race it, but obviously we're going to try to fix this issue. It's really not a big deal, and we're thinking right now to go kind of take it for a drive and maybe let it heat up and let it kind of settle into place, because the car is not undrivable. The clutch still pretty much fully disengages. If you just barely pull the e-brake, that's all it takes to kind of stop the car, but that does mean the clutch is being rode on just a little bit. So we just got to get that figured out, but other than that, she's all ready to go. So I think he's going to be messing with that for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to try to bleed it again. I'm going to adjust the pedal all the way in so we get more throw on it, so it sucks all the fluid as much as possible, and then I'll adjust it way back out again, and then we'll just go out and do some street stuff with it.
Yeah, and just kind of go from there.
Yep.
But he'll be messing with this for a bit, and then I actually got a package for the MR2 to show you guys. All right, guys, got the MR2 on the lift because today we got a very special package that we have been waiting on for quite some time now. We actually got 2 packages, and in these boxes right here are what makes her go.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. They're finally here. So these are from Drive Shaft Shop, and we finally got our axles. So in this box right here is our pro level axles, and then this box right here has our hubs. And we're gonna go ahead and open these guys up and show you what we got.
Brent has his nails. We're good.
Nails work pretty good. Oh, what's this? It even came with some
Oh, those are nice too.
some aftermarket studs. These are probably a little beefed up, huh? Hardened. So we're not snapping those.
Nice.
They look like they might be extended a little bit over the stock size one.
Look at that, huh? Wow.
Dang. That's a big old hole.
That is a big old hole.
Well, there's the hubs. And this box right here.
The main course.
Yep, as stated in the last video. So in this little bag we have our intermediate shaft, which is an upgraded one. So this is bigger than the factory size one. We actually have to take the factory K-series mount with bearing and press that all apart and put it onto this new one right here. But that is the intermediate shaft right there. All right, here.
Man, beefy thing.
We got one of our axles. Check it out.
That thing's
so
beefy.
Yep. Look, just for size comparison, we got the stock hubs in there. See that little hole? That's for the stock axle, which is also the same as a stock B-series axle, because that's what I had on here. I had GSR axles. You can see that literally just the threads alone are pretty much as big as that hole. And that no go, because we need to put the hubs on there. That is a huge spline. This is literally their pro level, so it's the highest rating axle we can get for this car. So if we're breaking these, then we're doing something right, I guess, but then that would kind of suck because there's no upgrading from here. Like, this is it. Like,
I think that'll hold enough.
like, we're literally breaking axles all the time, and I'm kind of tired of that, so we just went right ahead and got the best ones we could get. It's literally as strong as we can get them right here. So I'm really excited we finally got these in. We got the other one right there. And that's them. Really nothing much more to it. So today we're gonna try to get these axles installed in the MR2. So first thing we're gonna have to do is take the wheel and all this stuff off, and we're gonna have to get the factory hub pressed out of the spindle back here, get it pressed out of the wheel bearing. And I'm not sure if this fits the factory MR2 wheel bearing or not, or if we have to get a different type of wheel bearing. So we'll find that out once we press it all apart. But I'm hoping that it just reuses the factory wheel bearing, and these wheel bearings are in pretty good shape. So I think I'm just gonna probably reuse these ones if I can. I mean, if you can take a look at this front one, I mean, these things are butter. Look at this. You barely spin it. We got like no friction on those. So, you know, they're broken in. You know, 150,000 miles.
They're ready.
They're ready to go. Look at that. That thing will spin forever. So wheel bearings seem to be in pretty good shape. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and get started and pull all this stuff apart. And we'll take this over to the press, start pressing things apart and see if we can't get our new hubs in there. And then just go from there, get our axles in, get it all stuck into the transmission. And then the MR2 will have a completed drivetrain. And then maybe we'll fire it up today and just make sure the wheels are spinning okay, make sure everything in the tranny is working correctly, and just go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip her apart.
I'd say these are at least 15 each.
I'd say they're at least 20.
Well, I mean, I might be that strong. I don't know. Just wonder how many of these I could do.
I mean, you could definitely use them to work out.
I'm already getting weak.
They're heavy. They're some beefy girls.
Yeah, they are.
You ready for that gap, Hayden?
Yeah.
I got these.
Why you
Like,
digging through the trash over there, bro?
well, if you had told me you had ordered slicks for it, I was gonna say it's gonna be an RX-7 killer, but you ain't got slicks yet, so it's not an RX-7 killer yet.
oh, it'll tear it up on those, I guarantee you. You can put Blizzak snows on it, it's gonna tear you up.
All right, y'all let me know. I got new plug wires in mine, so we're
When you
good to
gonna,
go.
oh, tomorrow you're going, right?
Tomorrow, boy.
Or we gonna line them up?
If it's not breaking up, I'm down.
What did you say at the track last time?
Yeah, last time he was all like, yeah, let's run, let's line
No, he
them
was
up.
like last time, like, oh, your car always breaking down. Then Hayden's breaks down.
Haynes breaks down, mine runs like 4 10-second passes in a row.
If the spark plug wire is fixed, I'm gonna get that. That's all I'm saying. I got an extra set of coils and I got new plug wires.
Let's get
If
it.
not, dude, if you don't get gapped, I'm taking the turbos off, putting the big one on. 100%.
Really?
Those twin turbo bullshit.
She's a virgin.
Touch for the very first time.
MR2 don't like the big black spline.
Big black axle versus.
BBA.
No, man.
I was gonna say something about versus small white.
You're gonna say something different over there?
Yeah,
We know.
Big black axle. One small white girl.
Casting couch.
BBA versus small Japanese girl.
Yeah. versus small white.
Small white Japanese girl takes BBA.
Bro, you had 30 pieces of gum, but you have.
Oh, Jesus.
And we need a bearing.
That thing fell apart.
Yeah, we're
Fell back there.
not reusing those. I was hoping they wouldn't come apart, but they did. So I retract my previous statement. We do need some new wheel bearings, but it's out. So we are definitely not reusing the stock wheel bearing. That's all that's left of it. We had to bust it to get it out. So we're gonna have to see if they have some new ones at the parts store, and hopefully I can get this socket out because it wedged itself in there good. We had to push the sleeve out. And that's just the first one. That took like an hour. So now we gotta get the second one. But I'm gonna check around and see if we can get some wheel bearings for it today. All right, so we destroyed the wheel bearings when we tried to push the factory hubs out of these things, and we just ended up getting some brand new ones. So we just ran to the auto parts store, and luckily they had 2 in stock, and these are just a regular MR2 wheel bearing. So nothing fancy, but we got 2 brand new ones right here, and these guys will work with our brand new hubs from the drive shaft shop. So all we got to do now is just get the new wheel bearings pressed in to these spindles right here, and put everything back together, get the hubs pressed in, then we can put it all back on the car and start getting our axles in there. Feels about good right there. that.
Ready for 1,000.
Ready for all of it. They go in a lot easier and faster than they come out. And there it is. All right, so this was actually Emilio's idea, so if it fails, we're trying to press all 5 studs in at one time. It's probably not the greatest idea, but
I don't know. I guess
I don't know if it works. It should work out good.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah. Almost there.
Yeah, this one's basically done.
Yeah. We'll keep pushing on it. It'll just probably push on the other ones. How you kill 5 birds with 1 stone?
5 studs with 1 press. That works good.
One more to go.
Yep, all pressed in there. All nice and flat. Plus the lugs are gonna suck those down, but they're already bottomed out. Oh damn. Dang, they're already done. Now that we know it works, you just go fast. And we didn't even tap on that one. Before, the first one was tapping with the hammer. Just
Yeah,
like
we weren't sure if it
help
was...
it with the vibrations. I was being really gentle with it. This one I just went, and it's good. All of them. That took like 30 seconds, if that. That definitely beats doing them all individually. Look at that. Done.
Oh yeah.
Now we just press it into our bearing. That's it. I feel it bottoming out.
Yep. One more to go.
Yep. Got it. Yeah. Sick. All right, so we just kind of got this spindle back here all put back together. Still got to put the rotor and stuff back on and tighten everything. We'll not tighten anything yet because we have to take all this apart again to put the axle on, but we do not have the middle bracket for the half shaft just yet. That is still at my house. I might run and grab it today, but it's like an hour away. So for right now, I'm just gonna leave this side like that, like partially together till we can get that, and then I'll pull it back apart. But the other side's ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and stab the driver's side because this side does not need the half shaft. It just goes straight into the transmission. And yeah, she's ready to go on this side right here. Right here. Oh, that's it. That was it. All right. It's all the way in. We might have to take that back off, actually.
Yeah, just watch, make sure you don't rip the boot
Yeah.
off the strut.
Don't need to rip them on the brand new axles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
on.
just pull these off
Yeah.
real quick. It's quick.
Just 17s.
I'm just rubbing that caliper.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be out of the way though.
Yeah.
You think, Brent?
It's in there.
It's beefy axles, dude.
Finally.
One side is done.
It's way cool.
But we still need that intermediate shaft for my house to get the middle one in.
It's not here yet.
No, because I got to get that bearing off. I forgot it. I think I'm going to go run and grab it by tonight.
Heck yeah, bust it out.
That's one side.
It's time to drive.
Ratios, tire size. Ratios, tire size. Look up the mile an hour. Add your
Yeah.
and then you have to divide that by the. We can finish one side at least. Well guys, we are getting out of here for tonight. I was really hoping to get both axles into the MR2 today, but unfortunately we did not have the stock intermediate shaft, and we need that to get the bearing and mount off of there so we can press it onto our new one right here like I was mentioning before. We actually went all the way back to my house because I could have swore I had an extra one from when this thing was K-swapped with the factory K-series in it. I thought I had one left over from it, and we went all the way to my house, and turns out I forgot that I used that on Wago when I K-swapped it. So that intermediate shaft is in Wago right now, and that means we have to go get another one. So I plan on going to like the junkyard maybe early tomorrow and seeing if we can't find one off like an RSX or some K-series Civic or whatever, and get that so we can get it apart and get this other axle into the MR2, because right now it's gonna have to stay out till we get that. But we did get this side all done, so that one's all ready to go. And once we get this side done, we get that bearing and stuff, we can get all this together. And then I do plan on trying to start this thing up and making sure that the tranny is good. I want to run it through the gears, make sure the tires are spinning all right, and go from there. But yeah, it does suck, and we ended up getting here really late. It's now like 8 or 9 o'clock because my house is over half hour away, so we were gone for over an hour just trying to go get that, and we were looking for a while. Turns out I don't even have it, so is what it is. So that's gonna be it for the MR2 tonight, and Roman got some more done on his car. We had to also wait late tonight because the parts store got a delivery for his car. He was waiting on a alternator belt, which took forever to get here, all day waiting for that, but that just came, and he got that on the Grinch earlier. So he had an alternator belt that was shredded, so he just got that on there, and he thinks he got the clutch figured out today as well.
Yeah, I went to go start it, and it didn't move while I had the clutch engaged in first gear, so I think that's a positive. So we'll see what it does at the track tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we're loading up because it's test and tune tomorrow, and he's getting ready to put this thing to use. He does plan on trying to drive it down the street and stuff, just double check that everything's working good, obviously, before we take it to the track. But as long as everything checks out, she's going to be making her first rip tomorrow on the dog box at the track.
Yeah.
See how it does.
I want to see some guesses in the comments. What do you guys think it'll do first hit?
I'm guessing if everything goes good, I'm guessing like a 9.8 at 146. That's my honest guess right now.
Anything in the 9s, that's the goal for tomorrow.
So yeah, hopefully all goes good, but you never know. We might have to sort her out.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, I can get that intermediate shaft tomorrow morning so we can go to the track later after that. But that's where we're at for tonight, guys. So we do have the axles, so that is a plus. They finally got here, and I'm really excited. Regardless, we were missing some parts today. And yeah, we'll definitely go get that so we can get them in here. And the MR2 will be one step closer to being up and going. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.